Welcome back to Teacher Look class, and now we're looking at pattern concept type 1 number shape pattern. So the key idea to solve this kind of questions that's related to number or shape pattern usually is based on this key idea up here. So we have the targeted number. Then what we need to do is divide the number of items in a set. So you may be wondering, what is targeted number? What does it mean by number of items in a set? Is okay, I will be discussing in the first example here. But the first thing you should know is targeted number basically is what we want to find. As you can see here, this is what we want to find, right? That is my targeted number. So you can write here, targeted number means what we want to find. And here, number of items in the set, what does that mean? Let's look at the first example and you will understand it more clearly. So here it says what? The first 14 numbers of a number pattern are given below. So as you can see, this is actually a number pattern here. So 9102, 9102, 9102, 91. And dot, dot, dot. Dot, dot, dot basically means that it is actually continuing without ending. Okay? Now, if you see, what is actually being repeated all the time here? 9102. So this is actually 9102, 9102. So you can see this 9102 is being repeated. So this is what I call the set. Here, can you see the word set here? This is basically mean what I meant in this meaning set. So example 9102. So how many numbers do I have in this one set? So I know the first number here, the second number is this, the third number is this, the fourth number is this. So basically I have 4 numbers in a set. So what do I mean by numbers of items in a set? Basically means I have 4 in a set, means 4 here. And if you look at this idea, what I'm saying is that if you want to look for the 7 and 93rd number, you are supposed to use this targeted number divided by the number of items in the set. So in this case, what I meant is 793 divided by 4. Why 793? Because this is what I want to find. Why is it 4? Because there are 4 items or 4 numbers in this one set. Then teacher, what do we do with this? So we can use this calculation. 793 divided by 4. So what times 4 near to 7? So 1. 1 times 4, 4. And we get 39. So 8 times 4, 32. 9 times 4, 36. So 9 will be the better one. So 9, 36, and with 33. And there will be 8 times 4, 32. Now teacher, why do we need to do this? What does it help? How does it help us? Now, when you use 793 divided by 4, I will be basically getting 198 with a remainder of 4. Now, what does this actually tell us? Now, this is important. This is important. This 198 is actually telling us that we have 198 sets. Means that I have this one. This is the first set, right? One set. This is another set. Basically, this is the second set. This is the third set. So I have a total of 198 set inside. And after I have 1, 2, 3 set, I have one extra number. What is that extra number? Which is 9. So in simple, what is the 793rd number? To know this number, it is based on this remainder. This one is telling us that it is the first number in the set. Which one is the first number? We know is what? 9. Yeah, each set is the same, right? So it's 9. So the answer here is what? Option number 4. So in simple, when you use 793 divided by 4, we get 198, remainder 1. Again, 198, this means the number of sets that I have. And this one basically means, what is that 793 number? What is the number? Again, I know 1 is the first one, is the first number in the set. Are you still alive? And I hope you get this. This is actually extremely important. And let's look at the second example so you will understand a bit better. Now, I'll leave this as blank first, then I'll come back again. Now, David uses some shapes to form a pattern. The first 12 shapes are shown below. As you can see, these are all the shapes. Which shape is in the 68th position? Again, this is what I want to find. This is my targeted number. Now, this is a shape pattern, so I know that there's something that's repeating here. So star, like a kind of a cross thing, love, sun, sun. Star, cross, love, sun, sun. So I know, hey, this is what that is actually being repeated. This is what I call as one set. And this is the first shape, this is the second, this is the third, this is the fourth, this is the fifth. And I know there are 5 shapes in one set. So what should I do here? What I need to do here is 68, the targeted number, divide by the number of items in one set, which is 5. So I'll be using 68 divide by 5. So 1 times 5, 5. 6 minus 5, 1, 8 is here. So 5 times 3, I get 15. Okay, teacher, again, what does this 3 actually stands for? This 3 stands for, it will be the third shape in the set. So what is the third shape? It is a heart shape. That's why the answer is option number 3, because it is about the heart shape. Okay, so I mean, of course, we can write here 13R3. And this is very important because what we need to know is just the remainder. The remainder will help us decide what is actually the shape. But again, teacher, just now you mentioned about this 13 and you tell us 13 is set. Is this important? At this case, this is not important, but I can ask questions based on the set as well, right? Which you will see in some of the other harder questions later on. Okay, so yes, again, the answer is number 3. Okay, now let's look at the example number 3 here. Okay, this is a very important question because it makes it a bit slightly harder. Now, the first 20 numbers in the pattern are shown below. So I have 20 numbers here. Now, what is the digit in ones place of the 294 number? Now, some of you might be now wondering, teacher, just now, what we learned is what? Is maybe star, cross, love, heart, star, sun, sun. That's repeating. This one, what we learned is 9102 is repeating. But this is not repeating at all. You see, 11, 13, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23. This is not repeating at all. But what you should notice is the question used the word ones place. Means that, again, if I have number as number 11, this is what? The ones. This is what? The tens. Means that I'm now supposingly to only focus on the ones, which is 1, 3, 6, 8, 9, 0, 1, 3, 6, 8, 9, 0, 1, 3, 6, 8, 9, 0, 1, 3. Teacher, you mean that I don't need to look at these tens? We don't need. Because the question is only focusing on the digit on the ones place. So looking here, 1, 3, 6, 8, 9, 0. So I know this is actually repeating 1, 3, 6, 8, 9, 0. 1, 3, 6, 8, 9, 0. But teacher, if we are not looking at the tens, why do we need to? Why they need to give us the tens? To confuse you, lo? Very simple. Okay? Now, let's look at here. Very, very important. Again, the same rules here will apply. We need to use the targeted number, divide by the number of items in one set. So what is my targeted number? 294. So 294. Divide by what? Divide by the number of items in one set. How many? This is one set. But how many items? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 items here. So I should use 294 divide by 6. So how? 6 times 4, 24. 9 minus 4 means what? 5. So 5, and this 4 bring down 8. 9 times 6 is what? 54. Teacher, there is no remainder. 0 means no remainder, so we don't write this, okay? Teacher, there's no remainder. What we have learned here is always what? If it's 1, means it's the first number in the set. If it's 3, it's the third shape in the set. In this case, teacher, if there's no remainder, then how? Now, you need to understand the idea of remainder, it will be only 1. It means that the remainder that you can have here is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why? Because if it's 6, then it will be another 1 already, right? Because our number here is actually 6. So the remainder can only be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The same thing, if the number here is 5, the remainder can be only 1, 2, 3, 4. If the number here is 4, the remainder here can be only 1, 2, 3. So this basically tells you that if there's no remainder, this will be the last digit or last shape or last item in that whole set. In this case, it will be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And number 6 is what? Last digit. It's 0. It's 0. That's why, again, no remainder means it's the last item in the set. In this case, the answer is option number 2, because the last one is 0, 0. Yeah, 0, right? 0. Okay, I hope you get it. Okay, so the key idea here is what? I will always use targeted number, divide by the number of items in one set, and whatever that remainder gives me. If the remainder gives me 1, means that the first number in the set. If the remainder gives me 2, will be the second number or second item in the set. If there's no remainder, it means that it will be the last item in the set. Now, with that, I want you to write in every single thing here. If no remainder means the last item in the set. Means the last item in the set. This is extremely important. Okay? Teacher, whatever that you have shared now is all related to remainder. No remainder. Remainder is 3. The remainder is 1. Then why do you need to mention about this set again? Because we don't even use all this set. Now, this is actually now important if you look at the last question or the last example here. Now, let's focus. Again, the first 40 numbers in the number pattern are given below. 9102, 9102. So you see, this is exactly what we did just now, right? So I know what? 9102, 9102, 9102. This is repeating. And this is my one set. And in one set, I have 4 numbers. But teacher, this round, the question is slightly weird. This question now is asking, what is the sum of the first 793 number? Oh, teacher, how do I do? I go and add 9 plus 1 plus 0 plus 2 plus 9 plus 1 plus 0 plus 2, 9 plus 1 plus 0 plus 2. How can we do that? It's like 793. And this is where we need to use the same method again. Means that we still use what? Targeted number, divide by the number of items in one set. Again, my targeted number is still 793. We divide by the numbers of items in one set, which is what? 9102. So I have 4 numbers. 4. So what we do is exactly the same thing. Divide by 4, 1 times 4, 3, 9, 36, 3, 3, 8 times 4, 32. Now, teacher, yeah, we do exactly the same thing. I know it's 198, remainder 1. But again, what does this tell us? Again, now, this is something that you need to take note. This 798, as I have mentioned, is actually the number of sets. I have 198 of this set. Now, look at here. If one set is 9 plus 1 plus 0 plus 2, means I get what? 10, 12. Then if I have 198 sets, what will be the number? What will be the total? What will be the sum? You just need to use your calculator. Use 198 times 12, and you'll get the answer is 2376. And teacher, yes, now I get this. This actually helped me to find the number of sets, and I know it's 198 sets. But teacher, what does this 1 actually tell us? Do you still remember? Our 793rd number is actually 9. We actually have 1 set, 2 set, 3 set. We have 198 sets. And why is there such a remainder 1? Means that we have an extra 1 number up there. Which is what? Which is 9. That's why this is not our final answer. Our final answer is 2376 plus 9. Because we have extra 1 number here, which is what? 9. And that would be 2385. And we are done for this question. Now again, the key idea here is what? The key idea here is that we are using the similar method up there, where how we find 793rd number, to actually apply here. But the addition steps that we do is that I know that this is the number of sets. So I find out 1 set is equal to what in total? Then I times 198 because we have 198 sets. And this remainder 1 actually tells us that there's extra 1 number. And the number is what? 9. That's why I add an extra 9 and I'll get 2385. Teacher, what if, just an example, what if I want to look for 7 and 94? First, find the sum of 794 number. Then you'll be doing the same thing, 794 divided by 4. But your answer will be 198 remainder 2. And 198, the same thing, right? You did is 2376. And this remainder 2 tells us that there's extra 2 number. And what's that 2 number? In that case, it'll be 9 and 1. So it'll be 9 and 1. And in that case, you'll be 2376 plus 9 plus 1. Then you'll find out the answer is 2386. I hope you get an idea of why are we dividing and how does it help us to find the exact number and find the sum of the first many numbers. Okay, yeah, that's basically our first part, which is about the number and shape pattern here. Okay, I hope you learned something. It's a slightly long video, but this is extremely important because this is marks that you should not lose. Thank you. See you